Good afternoon and welcome to Padre's Ponderings.
Good afternoon. Rolling. You rolling today?
Rolling.
Look like you're trying to roll incognito.
Camouflage. Yes, I'm trying to be hidden.
Blend into things. Gracious goodness. You got a lot to get done today. Don't want people be stopping you to do this and that.
That's right.
Just kind of slide around easy.
You don't see me. In Star Wars, these are not the droids you're looking for. Like they would just wave their hand.
And what did that
in
mean?
front. You couldn't see them. It wasn't, keep walking, I'm not the one you're looking for, but actually they were.
What, you could see them or you couldn't see them?
They had this mind thing.
But other people could still see them. They just pretend like they did.
I'm not the one you're looking for. Keep going. That's me today.
I didn't ever see the Star Wars stuff.
You did. I know you saw some of what I consider the original ones, which are now numbered differently, but you actually took me to see one, just the two of us.
Oh.
What do you say?
Many
moons ago.
Was it in black and white?
No, not
They didn't have a piano player down there.
not that far. But it was like Return of the Jedi.
Went to the movie yesterday, your mom and I.
The actual movie theater?
No.
Oh.
We watched Elvis yesterday. Whoa.
Wasn't he the actor good? I can't remember his name, but
I don't remember it either, but he was really something.
I thought they did an amazing job.
Tom Hanks with that character.
Oh, Colonel Parker.
But I didn't understand that story because that wasn't what's projected, when he was out doing all that. But it was tragic, just tragic.
That was my feeling when I left the theater. It was so well done, but at the same time, you were just like, you just ached for him.
Yep. Just got caught up in how people used him and all that kind of stuff. And it was just, but
tragic.
It was a really, really good movie. I really appreciated it. Your mama has a way of picking out these movies, And
Well, some of them aren't all that, but that one, they did a really good job with that.
But
he was so believable. Oh,
yeah. He did a great job. The actor did a great job. But then, see, while your mom was napping on Sunday afternoon, I watched one of mine. So
oh, okay. What'd you watch?
The Darkest Hour about Winston Churchill. Seen that several times.
A gazillion.
But that's another one where the actor.
Oh my goodness.
Who did?
Who was that? Was that?
I don't remember, but he was great.
Voight? No.
I think he wanted no. I would recognize his name if you said it, but I don't know the name. But anyway, he won. I think he won the Academy Award for that.
He should have.
He was very good. But Churchill's one of my favorite characters anyway.
So maybe the lead actor in Elvis will be nominated. Those will come out.
I would think. I mean, those kind of performances like that are where it is. He just really captured that whole thing. Mm-hmm. This was really special. And so your mom goes, we get through the movie, and then she's Googling all this stuff. And she read on the thing about the movie, the reviews, different things like that about it. Out of all those costume changes in there, he wanted to keep one of them. And it was the one in the black leather, where it was the comeback where he...
Oh, it was the Christmas special.
Yep. And he kept that one. But how special the role was to him and all that kind of thing. I enjoyed it a lot, really did. Not as much as Churchill, but
different
heroes in their own way, tragic in their own way. That's the slice of life.
Definitely figures of their time too.
Oh yeah.
And beyond.
And this morning I was listening to BBC.
Oh.
I listened to that a good bit. So I was listening to BBC this morning coming in, and they replayed part of the new Prime Minister's speech.
I saw that they have a new one today.
Yeah. So they have a different slant on things too. BBC does. But they're going through some turmoil over there, and everybody's going through turmoil. So.
This is true.
Except for here, where it's kind of in this little bubble kind of thing here, And just was talking to Nathan a little while ago. He was talking to me about the fall festival. They're in the final stages of planning that.
It'll be in the E-News on Thursday, on November the 12th, Saturday afternoon. We have two big things on that day.
Going home's in the morning, I
In the
know
morning is Going Home on the historic campus, and Elizabeth Markle's been working really hard on the packet. Really great information that really
And
everybody should have.
I'll be very involved in all that, and that would be an important thing we ought to put on your calendars, because it's just this whole idea of preparing for the time when you're going to die, and writing things down to save your family from all kind of problems, and doing, planning for yourself and your spouse or friends, whatever like that, and then you put them on file, and it's there for people, so that when the emotions hit, you're not caught up reacting. There's a plan. There's a plan. So anyway, Nathan was talking about the big festival.
So in the morning is Going Home. We do ask that you sign up for that in advance. There's a packet of information that you're going to need to pick up beforehand that'll be in the office probably the week before. It's really important just to kind of look through it to see there's some things that you have to fill out ahead of time. And so that's in the morning from 9 to noon, I believe. Also, we'll be in the e-news again this week with the sign-up link. And then here on the big field right next to the chapel, on that afternoon from 2 to 4 will be what we're calling the Fall Festival. It's outreach to the community. Anybody's invited. Food and huge. Michael Ann, I heard, was describing the blow-ups. You know what that is, don't you? Where the kids go inside and they bounce and they slide and all that stuff. They're huge, huge. The different ones, she's got a putt-putt one coming and all different kinds of stuff. So she's been working really hard on that. So more information will be in the e-news this week.
Reaching out to people in the community.
Completely free, absolutely free. There'll be food and games and activities.
Great.
So, and that'll be right here on the campus.
And then this coming week,
we have our friends from Ireland coming.
Friends from Ireland will be here all week.
Yep. Now, I keep saying the Irish are coming, like the British are coming, the British are coming. And it sounds like we've got the whole country coming, but
it'll be real special. And
7 clergy.
Is it next Tuesday when Bishop Clark is?
Next Tuesday, right here, right at this time, next Tuesday, Bishop Ken Clark will be with you.
With me?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good
and
time.
Maybe Helen will join him too, I don't know.
Maybe so. That'd be good too.
So we've got Christian Ray has been working on the itinerary for them and lots of fun things planned.
Next Wednesday night, tonight? No, not tonight.
Yes,
tomorrow night.
Well, tonight, yeah. Today's Tuesday, you're right. Yep. Tomorrow night is kind of. Tomorrow night is the last C.S. Lewis teaching, Wednesday night teaching. Then the following Wednesday night, we'll start your teaching on Moses, part 2, Moses in Egypt. By faith, Moses, part 2,
Yep.
Moses in Egypt. Then, I don't have a card for it, but the first Wednesday in December, I believe it's the 7th.
I don't know.
It's either the 6th or the 7th. Pastor Jonathan is doing an encore teaching.
An encore teaching.
He couldn't fit it all in. There's more. He couldn't fit it all in. So that December 1 teaching will be all about Narnia.
That's good for
Tonight
Christmas time.
is the Screwtape Letters and the Great Divorce.
So Narnia, that's a good Christmas thing.
That is.
And then I'm doing something in December on Christmas as well. Isn't that scheduled somewhere?
Somewhere.
Okay. We don't know where. I know it's scheduled. I know it's scheduled somewhere.
You did mention it.
I think we've got it scheduled. Anyway.
I don't know if it's on a Sunday or a Wednesday, though. We have to finalize that.
Yep.
Is this going to be an encore of a teaching that you've done in the past with some of your favorite singers?
Been 6, 7 years ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That one we can't stream, right?
No, I don't
because
think so.
Of the lots of copyright.
So
we'll have to check on that.
That material that Jonathan uses is not copyrighted?
It is. And we cannot stream it on we have it on the website, but we can't stream it like on YouTube because of the copyright.
Okay.
So it might be something that we can record and then have later.
Ready? Yep, I'll put my stuff out on that when it's closer to time. So what else you got going on?
Lots of stuff. We have a meeting. It was very interesting to learn more about the counseling center.
When is that?
No, last week, you and Andy.
Oh, yeah.
And then the ball is rolling. I just had a conversation with him on lots of things are getting checked off. So that's exciting.
And then we're going over there
Having a meeting today to kind of see
at the
what's
facility
left.
itself. Yeah, if you didn't see that last week, the time I spent with Andy, I thought Andy did a great job with that, and big overview of the rationale for it and the steps to implement it. You ought to. That's on. That'll be. They can.
I'll put it back
right?
in the e-news again this week. There was a link last week as well
Yep.
for an update. And we'll try to get that periodically to give everybody an update about kind of where we are with everything. He's going to be doing a writing for the e-news, an update in the next couple of weeks.
Good.
So.
Yeah, I think Andy's going to be a real special addition to what we're doing here, and I think and Nathan was talking to me about coordinating a program for the co-cross schools over there to deal with when tragedy or crisis hits the families over there, so that they've got an action plan, and so that it's all more and more, it's integrating together. And you're bringing to bear the spiritual resources as well as the secular resources, and Andy will be a big part of that, and of course Nathan and the faith formation team will be a big part of that as well. Big part. Yep.
It's been already wonderful having a counselor present. We deal with a lot of tragedy and loss, and
Yep.
but he's here and has given us tools on that maybe we didn't have before.
No doubt about that. What else you got in your hand? What is that? What's that little card?
We have, isn't that cute?
Yep. What is it?
Come together with the Church of the Cross. This is an invite card. So you can take, when you come to services, grab a stack of them. And on the back, it has a QR code, which you use your phone, and you just put it over it, and then you tap, and it'll go to the website where it lists all of our services. So if you want to invite somebody to come to service with you, you can hand them this card and say, I'll meet you, I'll sit with you.
Great.
Here are the different locations, here are the different services.
Wonderful.
So this is what we call an invite card. So grab some invite cards and share them.
That's a pretty slick idea there.
And I talk to people all the time when they're like, oh, I ran into somebody, they're new to town, I want to invite them to services. This is a great way to do it. And they're small enough where you can keep them in your purse or your wallet, or you can keep them handy in your pocket.
Yeah, I like that. Very good.
Because we are still getting an influx of new people in our area, and I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon.
It doesn't seem to be, or at least in people that we're having visiting and things, it doesn't seem to be. Though the forecast, and everything depending upon what happens with the economy, the forecast is that inflation is going to continue to hurt the housing market, or it's going to begin to rapidly hurt the housing market, and that's, if the housing market goes into the tubes, then people can't move here because they don't have a place to move to. So, but see what the Lord's got to do with all that. A lot of unknowns in that too. But you deal with what you know, and you walk by faith into what you don't know. That's what you do. Food bank still perking along?
Food bank is. Craig Pelly has been gone for a few weeks, and he is back and got an
I saw him at
email.
church on Sunday.
Got an email from him this morning when he passed a pasta sauce. They also are going to be doing a Thanksgiving special meal. We try to do that around Easter and Christmas. We're going to add in Thanksgiving. Second helpings, is that?
Second helpings is
yeah. They gave us enough to buy turkeys this year, We don't have enough freezer space for whole turkey, so we're looking for turkey breast. And then I'll put in the e-news and in the loop, what are some things that you could help with? Sides, stuffing, bag of stuffing, some different items they're looking for to build these special meals for Thanksgiving for the food bank.
Wow.
So numbers continue to increase. We're at an average of 200 families a week. So continue those donations coming. Also, Operation Christmas Child. We gave you a good visual.
I
That was
bet. I followed
hysterical.
up on it.
So I was on the front row at Cross Point. And we had the stage lined up with 200 boxes. It was hard to miss.
2 or 3 high. Yeah,
They
you
were-
couldn't miss them at
It
all.
was hard to miss. And you were doing the announcements, and I was ready to walk up and say, just point at the boxes if you forgot, but you didn't. Shoe boxes. Our goal this year is pretty lofty,
What is the goal?
1,500 shoe boxes.
Well,
Now,
how-
that is between us and the school and American Heritage Girls. And we did I think 900 and something last year.
That's great.
So when
It
you're at
looked to me like most
services,
of those boxes were. It looked to me like most of the boxes were gone off the stage. However many we had up there,
we had 200 that left this week. We will have more.
and you had a
We
big stack
had-
out here.
We had about 100 at the chapel, so we only have a few left here. Historic Campus has them. God's Goods has some. So, what did you say in your closing last week? It was go in peace to grab a shoebox. But that's just a tremendous ministry and outreach, literally to the world.
And when you get the box, it has instructions inside of it. It's self-explanatory kind of
Yes,
thing.
it gives you all the directions. There's a QR code similar to this one where you can go to the website and you can see there are things that they do not allow for shipping reasons, no liquids, no like chocolate because it'll melt. There's several different things that are not allowed. Anything related to war. So a toy gun or a soldier with a gun. We don't want to promote that.
And
But
isn't
they
there,
go
isn't there
everywhere.
Christian information that goes in there too?
Depending on where they go, there's information in there, a little book that gives the gospel to that child in their language.
In their language. That is so neat.
And this is a year-round ministry. They have warehouses and distribution centers all over the country. Our cross schools 8th graders go to the one in Charlotte in December.
So is that where
Thanksgiving.
the boxes from here will go to Charlotte? So they're taking a mission trip up there, and
And they help to pack and repack boxes because you do have to go through each one and take out the things that shouldn't be in there, and you can replace it with some filler items they have, and you pack them up, and it's so much fun. They'll announce where all the boxes are going to that you're packing right now, so the volunteers, the number of volunteers it takes for this ministry, I don't know. I should look that up and see. It's a lot. It's a lot.
now people are still going to the God's Gifts
On Mondays,
when the
yes.
when the food bank takes place. That's still there as well. And that's an ongoing ministry for people from the food. God's Goods runs that part of the food bank. Yep. Very blessed. A lot happening. Very blessed. Very blessed. Yep. And then I sent you my sermon questions. We're coming up the first weekend. I've done it for love. Great little story. Great little story.
Okay, cannot wait.
Yep.
So my small group meets on Sunday nights, and we have started using the sermon notes as our discussion. So everybody in my small group, we attend the Cross Point service. So we are doing a week behind. So today's Tuesday. Sunday, this past Sunday, we talked about Nathan's sermon, Stand Firm, from the Sunday before, and had a conversation based on the sermon notes. That is a great resource.
So now, how often do you have your small group?
Every Sunday.
So then this coming Sunday,
We'll talk about the one you just did at
and
Cross
use the
Point.
notes that are on
last
the
week.
webpage. Great.
So it's a way to just continue the conversation and go a little bit deeper after you leave service. And
That's
we've
wonderful.
really
I
enjoyed
like that.
that.
It gives you a commonality of everybody's heard the same thing, but as you get a group of people that have heard the same thing, they hear different things in the same thing.
And we're all coming with different experiences.
Yeah. A family just joined the church, and they watched that service online Sunday, and he said, I thought I knew what that was all about. He said, I didn't. You went a whole different place with it. You said things I didn't know. But what he didn't, he knew the story, but he had not connected the story to his own life. That's what ambushed. Not ambushed him. That's what he wanted. And I think that's a safe way for a lot of people to study the Bible, is you study it as out there, not in here. And you don't make a connection from 2,000 years ago to today in Bluffton. And it's safer. It's just an intellectual exercise then.
What the greatest distance is the 18 inches from your head to your heart?
Yep. Yep. So anyway, that blessed them in a different kind of way. But those questions that are on there on the webpage are a great resource for everybody.
They really are. So if you're in between devotions or studies that you're working on just by yourself or with a group, that's always a great option.
And how do you get to them?
You go to the media page on the website, and at the top it says sermon notes, audio sermons, and then it's got our YouTube stream. Now we also have where you can click and view all the teachings.
Media page.
Media page.
Media page. When I'm in your small group, do y'all listen to the sermon again?
You have to listen to, you either have to attend and listen to it or listen to it before we come together.
Yeah. So that's the common denominator for everybody. Great, great. So is there anything I need to know about it? There's so much stuff going on around here. Is there anything?
Christmas will be here before we know it.
I kind of let all of y'all are doing all kind of things out there, and I don't want to get left out, you know.
All directed by you.
No. I didn't. I think that little card thing there is
Well,
slick.
these just came in the mail, so.
That is slick.
Yeah.
Come together.
Come together with the Church and the Cross. So grab your invite cards.
I like that.
Pass those out.
All right, so what else we got to hit on here today?
Well, that's a lot.
I think next Sunday I'm going to watch Mr. Chips again. That's a good one.
You and Jonathan can watch movies over and over. My husband's the same way. Over the same movie over and over again. I can't do it.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
That's a great one. Get your tissues ready.
That's a great one for sure.
Get your tissues ready.
This is the Peter O'Toole one.
You're right. That's the original one. You're right.
No, there's original.
Older than that.
Older than that.
Mercy.
In fact, that original, and I'm trying to think of the man who played the role now. He was a famous actor at the time. 1938, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Clearly that was
It was
black
the
and
same year that Gone with the Wind came out.
white. Okay.
That would be about it, wasn't it? 38,
38
something
or
like
39.
that. Yep. And Clark Gable was nominated for Best Actor and all that. He was beat out. He did not get the Best Actor. Gone with the Wind won all kind of Academy Award. He didn't get it.
Mr.
The
Chips
man
did?
who played Mr. Chips got it. Robert Deney. That's who the man was. He got it. And it's a black and white, you know. He got the Academy Award for Best Actor. You know,
Great story.
you could be,
if you
could
don't
be
know it.
You're probably the only one in your small group that would know that. But anyway, it's a little tidbit you could slide.
I'll share that on Sunday when we're
could slide into the conversation.
When we're talking about, but even now, the two trains.
But it was that whole idea of the story is so special. So that's what it is. So.
Great little book.
And it is a little book.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's a little book.
Great little book.
And that movie in 38 with Robert Deney, runs right straight by the book. The one that Peter O'Toole is a musical. The book was not a musical, of course, but is a musical, and it's real good. Not a whole lot of music, but it's music score.
But that book and movie resonates with you a lot because it played us in a boys' school, military school, right? No,
it wasn't military.
but a boys' school.
Typical boys' boarding school. They were everywhere in England.
But you have that in your background.
Oh, yeah.
Education.
And it was set in that part right before World War II. And in fact, one of the stories in the sermon from the last week was about evacuating the children out.
And that's Narnia, too.
They evacuated. And there was a lady in the chapel on Sunday, and her mother was one of those children who was evacuated out of London. She's from England. I can't think of her name right now. Her husband plays guitar.
Burl.
But anyway, her mother was one of those children who was evacuated from London out into the countryside during that time. Can you imagine that? All train loads of children, and the idea was if you didn't save the children, you lost that whole generation.
Right. That's the Lion, the Witch, and the
So
Wardrobe.
you got train loads of children, and all of them had a tag on with a name on it, who their name was, and they just put them out in the countryside, where the chances of being bombed were much less. So, but anyway, the school in Mr. Chips is outside of London, so it didn't have to be evacuated because they felt like it was far enough away to be safe for the children. But more than downtown London, that was just amazing how badly that got blitzed. And they recovered. They recovered. And on BBC Today, they were saying that it would be the estimate on the damage done in Ukraine, what it's going to take to repair, was like $350 billion. And I was thinking it'd be way more than that. You see the pictures on the news, way more than that. Because I think the hurricane down there
in Florida
would miss, it's going to be tons. I mean, but I would think the damage would be a lot more than that. But when I thought about that, then I thought about that story in London and how much the damage must have been all through Europe. All those places, Paris, everywhere that was bombed and bombed and bombed and bombed and bombed. That whole effort, the United States came in behind that, rebuilding the Marshall Plan, rebuilding Europe. But that's another story.
We should have a staff movie day where you have us all watch one of your classic go-to and then
another one
teach
is Glory.
from it.
I haven't seen that in a
Glory
while.
is good. That's more modern, though.
Yeah.
That's
No, but it's
Denzel Washington.
True story.
Right? Yeah, that was
Denzel
really good.
Washington and
Glover. Danny Glover and Matthew Broderick.
that's what I was trying to think, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. All right, so if you're looking for a movie,
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips, if you can find it.
Peter O'Toole, Goodbye, Mr. Chips. That's a biggie there.
A good one. The book might even be free on
And I'm reading the book
Apple
now.
Books.
I like Israel and all that. I'm reading the book now. The title of the book it's an autobiography. It's Bibi, B-I-B-I. Really interesting.
I'm sure.
Netanyahu. Do you know?
You're just a wealth of knowledge today.
Hey, you know where he went to college? MIT.
Really?
Really?
Did not know that.
Really? MIT.
Speaking of Israel, information's going to be coming out soon about 2023 trip.
2023 going to Israel.
Info coming soon.
Wonderful.
There's a teaser.
Wonderful.
All right, so we'll leave on that.
Okay.
So many good things.
Shutting me down, I can see it.
Well, we have to go to a meeting. So.
Okay.
All right, Food Bank, don't forget that. Operation Christmas Child, those are two fantastic ways to be able to share around the world and to serve and locally. And we hope to see you
Going home.
this weekend.
Don't forget that.
We've got lots of things coming up, so please make sure that you check your email that comes out on Thursday.
3 o'clock.
Because there's so much. And look for the Irish. They'll be around town next week and at services the next weekend. Maybe some of you will get to meet them. It'll be a wonderful, delightful time to be able to share with them and to love on them. So go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.
See you when I see you. Never doubt God's love for your mind.